What's up? I love that I can still make that face. It's just great. So a few weeks ago I did a video about discontinued snacks and I really enjoyed that. So I wanted to come back around. I think I said I would and I kept my promise, and we're gonna talk about the world of movie promotional snacks. Because we kind of touched on it in that video, but there are just so many, and we will only touch on it in this video as well, or it would be like 4 hours long, which some people are out here making that was me slapping my leg. Some people are out here really making 4-hour long videos, and good for them. There's some normal ones, there's some weird ones, there's some wild ones, there's some tame ones. So a movie is about to get released, they're wanting to hype it up, and apparently they're not getting enough promotion as it is, so they're gonna smack a character's face onto a snack and call it a day. But we loved it nonetheless. Certain movies loved this, loved it. I feel like it was pretty smart for promotion. I wonder like if it made a difference in ticket sales if they put it on a snack, because I personally never saw a snack and was like, oh, that looks good, oh, it has a Captain Jack Sparrow on it from Pirates of the Caribbean, I think I'm gonna go watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Actually, I think I've probably done that because I love Pirates of the Caribbean. There was stuff all over the interwebs about these, but I want to give a big shout out, snack_memories. So that's where I'll get a lot of this from. So I had to give them a shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out. So who else will we start with? Then our banana Minions. The Twinkies were loving Minions. They had more than one Minion Twinkie. If I had a dime for every Twinkie Minion collab, I would have more than 5 cents. This looks so fun. And I noticed on a lot of the Minions snacks, they would have the stars' names on them, which they deserve. They worked hard on these movies. They spent months and months working hard on set of the Minion movies. Stuart, Kevin, and Bob. The names that will go down in history forever. There were like regular Twinkies. There were ones that like looked like Minions while the Twinkies were in the package, but when you took them out, they were just regular Twinkies. They had banana Twinkies. Like they had to do that. Twinkies make sense for Minions because they kind of look like little Twinkies. One of the best ones that I saw, this guy made a video like doing it, and I was so thoroughly entertained, and so was he was loving it. They had a version of Twinkies where you put edible stickers on the Twinkies. They made them look like a Minion. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If that's not the cutest thing ever.
So we got the vampire Minion. This is great. Oh, I love this.
I just want to know how those edible stickers tasted. I'm sure they tasted good. And then the little Tic Tacs, the little yellow Tic Tacs, I think that works too because they look like little Minions. Some of them were banana flavored, but then some of them I think were regular flavored. Maybe they were all banana. But again, they said you will know their names. You will know Stuart, Bob, Kevin. Stuart looks like he does not want to be there, but he's just probably playing around. He's probably being goofy. But I was like, aren't Tic Tacs supposed to be like breath freshening? Like they're supposed to be like little mints, but then your breath just smells like bananas instead of mints. But I'd be willing to take that sacrifice so that I could buy the Kevin pack. Like I would be willing to do it for Kevin. We love Minions. Banana, banana. This one I had to include. I didn't do a lot of food ones because this is not technically a snack. I just had to include it. We can also do a separate video doing like food collabs, specifically IHOP and Denny's. The year is 2013. The Hunger Games Catching Fire is coming out in theaters. And you need to go for a snack before you go to the movie to see Catching Fire. So what do? You go to Subway and get you a Catching Fire sandwich.
Bold can be standing up for what you believe in. Bold can be testing your limits and defying all odds. And now, Bold can be found at Subway. Fiery footlongs, a revolution in bold taste.
Just the irony of this is so funny. They had to have done it on purpose, like Hunger Games, Subway. Try our fiery new sub and flatbread. So they were all like spicy ones because it was catching fire, like spies like fire. Get it? Chicken jalapeno melt, steak jalapeno melt. They had a lot of sandwiches for this though. I just thought it was funny that like this movie is about literally like people dying and like catching fire has nothing to do with spice, but they're like, let's just get us like a little spicy sub for Hunger Games catching fire, where they're making kids kill each other. But it's like catching fire, so it's like spicy. Transformers also had, they loved it. They were loving snacks. They had some M&Ms for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and the M&Ms were dressed up as little Transformers, which is cute. But the flavor profile here is what is concerning me. Strawberried peanut butter. Oh, this article mentioned it and they said they transformed good old M&Ms into a candy abomination that you'd never want to eat. They also make those creak, crunch, crackle, transforming noises when you chew them. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It looks like little pieces of strawberries like on the coating of it. And then they had some Hostess cakes, and I think these are actually beautiful to look at. Snowballimus Optimus Prime, Shockwave, Shockwave. I would have eaten this up quite literally during my Transformers phase. Okay, and do y'all want to see the most random one? Do y'all want to see the most random one that I have ever seen? When I saw this, I was like, this is fake. This is fake. Sierra Mist and Get Smart. The 2008 movie with Steve Carell and Anne Hathaway on a Sierra Mist can. But it's kind of everything, and I feel like it's a collector's item now. Isn't Sierra Mist discontinued? Discontinued. That is sad. I did love me some Sierra Mist. This is like its own little thing. These were the Nestle Cool Creations. This was like different ice cream products that were Disney themed. So there were the Timon and Pumbaa bug pops. They were filled with like gummy bugs, and that was for the Lion King spin-off show Timon and Pumbaa. And then they had little ice cream cups. They look like the ones that you would get at school, like about the same size, but they had some type of, it looks like little sweet tart candies. They called them sprinkles, but they were like big, and I think they were like sweet tart. And then of course Tigger tails that looked like Tigger's tail. And I have an emotional attachment to Tigger because the Tigger movie will always make me cry as an adult. King Kong had to get in on the action, like the action movie that it is. They had banana Twinkies because apparently, you know, like King Kong loves his bananas, as we know. And then there were little mini muffins that were banana walnut. Banana walnut muffins are so good though. Those little mini ones with like a lot of sugar in them, they're so good. I've never seen King Kong, but I'm assuming that him, I guess it's a he, liking bananas is not like a main plot point. So I think it's just random that they were like, we know that gorillas like bananas, so we'll just do a banana flavor. We're gonna go down a rabbit hole really quick of Shrek products. We had to do it. We had to do it. They would smack this ogre's face on any edible object on earth, it seemed like. Like just in this picture, toaster strudel, cookies, popcorn, cereal. Like, sir, and look at all these faces he's making. They would put different faces on there, which I appreciate. They'd kind of switch it up a little bit. Of course, Shrek also had to come in on the Twinkie hype. They were just ogre green on the inside. The filling was green. No flavoring happening. I don't know what flavor they would do. I think that was pretty smart. Just add some food coloring, call it a day. We already talked about the Easy Squirt ketchup, which is probably the most random, with our girl Fiona on there. Couple goals for realsies. Why did they pick this picture of Shrek? Like, I'm so sorry, Shrek. Like, they did not run this by him. I know they did not run this picture by him, because that's terrifying. If I walked up to a Twinkie box and saw this face, I'm running screaming the other way. Maybe that's actually what he wanted. Throw in some green food coloring, slap Shrek's face on it, you've got you a Shrek product. But I had never seen these before. These were for Shrek Ever After Ogre Head Marshmallows. Shrek Ogre Heads. Okay. They were bright green marshmallows, and they were shaped like the ogre's head and face, and came in swamp apple flavor. Apple flavored marshmallows. Yum. If they're like sour apple, I feel like that might be good. Someone replied to the tweet where they showed a picture of that, and they said that one smile render of him they use on like 3/4 of these promo tie-ins is so foreboding. He doesn't look happy, he doesn't look sad, he looks like he sees you through the screen. Like he's looking at me right now, and it's making me uncomfortable. And then choose your fighter. Like, who's your fighter? Choose your fighter. I'd say Shrek pizza rolls, waffle sticks with dipping cups, green swamp syrup, which I actually think that one works really well, because if you know of Shrek lore, you know that Donkey loves waffles, and he's making waffles in the morning.
We can stay up late swapping manly stories, and in the morning I'm making waffles.
Back to the Sierra Mist. This, unsettling. If you want to see an unsettling picture of Shrek, here you go. They also had a 4-foot tall inflatable Sierra Mist bottle with Shrek on it. Now, I didn't go out searching for this. It found me. Apparently they're very rare and sought after, but not for me, unfortunately. If I walked into a room and forgot I had that blown up in there, it would scare me. Pirates of the Caribbean, there was so much Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. They had like your basic stuff. I just thought the name for this was so cute. Pirates Pearls M&Ms. And they were just plain M&Ms. They looked like, you know, the booty, you know. Oh no, they were white chocolate. Okay. Oh, like pearls, they're white chocolate. Love it. Perfect. And then there were little chocolate cannonballs. They look like little Whoppers, I think. I think just keep it simple, have it tie in a cute way with the movie. Nice. You don't have to add all the flavor. And the cereals, oh really? We'll just dip our toe into the cereals, because if we jumped into that pool, we would be drowning. There were so many cereals. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, is that what it was called? Yes, it was. So this was chocolate cereal and marshmallows, and they had little skulls. Batman, they had chocolate strawberry cereal, which was for Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice, and they each had their own cereal. They were like shaped like little bats, but you could not. Okay, they tried. And then the Superman Crunch, but this one was cool. This was like Captain Crunch, and they were shaped like the little Superman logo. They were red, but then when you put them in the milk, it would turn the milk blue. Now that was smart. Now, it was probably just Food Color City in those boxes, but it was fun. Then there was Jurassic Park, which was for the sequel. The little marshmallow shapes, they looked like little dinosaurs, and then like a little dinosaur egg. And then some boxes contained a roaring audio chip signaling a prize. I hope no kids ate those chips. And then Cat in the Hat. For the live action film, they had cereal that were shaped like little Cat in the Hat hats. Oh my goodness. They said that the live action Cat in the Hat was never shown on the box, and it just looked like the books. Honestly, I've never seen the live action Cat in the Hat, and I know it's a beloved movie, but from what I've seen of it, like the commercials and the previews for it, it really and truly did terrify me. So maybe that's why they didn't put it on the box. And then Atlantis, this one was so cool. Atlantis, get you a guy who looks like the Atlantis guy. Okay, it featured toasted oat pieces, essentially Cheerios, with chocolatey triangle pieces. Oh, so they were like Cheerios and then the chocolatey pieces. And the pieces would reveal a character of the Atlantean alphabet when the milk was added. That is some like National Treasure stuff. And then Pandora Flakes, of course. And Tony is just fitted up for the night. He is in Avatar and he looks like he's enjoying it. He's like, I just thought the picture of Tony the Tiger was funny. They should have like made him look like one of the avatars. And then there were the Muppet jellies. These were a thick fruit flavored gumdrop candies, what that says. They were shaped like Muppets, but for some reason these brought back, like my mouth started watering when I saw these because there were so many different characters that were made into these types of lollipops or jellies, whatever you want to call them. If you've had one, you know, like they're just so chewy, just like chewy, and then like crunch. If you crunch on like the colorful part of it, the most crunchy and the most chewy candy into one, and it was great. Honestly, it was great. Okay, so we're starting to get into a little bit weird territory. Sherlock Holmes, for some reason, they slapped this poster up on 7-Elevens and they said, get a clue and you get 99-cent taquitos, like Sherlock himself. But this article, I think even the merchandising people gave up on this one, meaning we ended up with just huge posters of Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law as Holmes and Watson telling us to get a clue about ... taquitos, a food that would probably kill either one of them. Like give a Victorian child like a 7-Eleven taquito. Okay, so these popsicles caused so much distress in so many people. I'm sure a lot of you remember these. The Daniel Craig popsicles. I don't know if these were ever sold. I'm still confused by these because I tried to look it up and see like any person with one or like holding one other than like in an ad, but apparently they were only sold in certain places in Europe. But apparently they were a real thing, and then there was a David Hasselhoff one for some reason on this earth. I don't care if it is my #1 celebrity crush. I'm uncomfortable. Like, we're all just uncomfortable here. Like, I don't care how much your aunt loves Daniel Craig. She should not be having a Daniel Craig popsicle. I'm so sorry. And I may have just fallen for something that wasn't even real, but all of the articles said that they were a thing, but I never actually saw them sold in stores, which was a good thing. Like, you don't hear me complaining about that. So there were these E.T. Chips Ahoy cookies, and these were for the movie's 20th anniversary. So they were called Glow Blasts, yellow candy coated chocolate pieces. And I was like, this picture would show up in missed opportunities in the dictionary. Put Reese's Pieces on there. Put Reese's Pieces on the Chips Ahoy. That's like E.T.'s whole thing. Okay, this like is eerie to me. This feels eerie. So there were some Jell-Os that were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1991. They were ooze. I've never seen that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, but this is not making me want to go rent it. Lime, strawberry, and orange ones. Each box featured a different Ninja Turtle, and none of them wore expressions that were in any way suitable for product shots. Like, he doesn't look excited at all about being on the cover of Vogue, aka Royal Jello box. I think he's trying to give face, but like it's not, and I'm scared. Last but not least, Star Wars. Star Wars, they were living, laughing, loving on the products. There were Star Wars coffee creamers, which were really cute actually. I loved those. They were not brand fruit roll-ups, but they were Farley's. They were galactic watermelon, but they had like glitter in them. And their poster child, especially for episode 1, was the one, the only Jar Jar Binks. But I thought those actually looked yummy. Now I really have so many questions here. There are so many questions that I don't think they'll be answered. This lollipop with the one and only Jar Jar. This article says there is no way anything else could ever take the throne from this monstrosity. So the lollipop looks like Jar Jar Binks' tongue, and it's like detailed too. And you're supposed to like just lick from that lollipop. The candy is a lollipop emerging from his mouth, resembling a real tongue, far more detailed than anyone would ever hope. Yeah. That's very true. It just speaks for itself, I think. Star Wars, they were all over the place. They even had like grapes. It was basically just like the characters put onto the packaging. It was still just like regular grapes. A salad mix, pineapples. So they had their little like healthy side too. I guess they listened to this letter that a pediatrician wrote to George Lucas and Steven Spielberg in 2008. I don't know how I found this, but it was basically talking about how it was promoting unhealthiness to kids to put their favorite characters onto unhealthy snacks. So I wonder if they listened to that. He can be glad that Mr. Lucas listened to him at least a little bit. So yeah, those were some weird and wild movie promotional snacks. And some of them are still around, I think. I think there is still Minion stuff just floating around in the stratosphere, and like different movies that aren't necessarily like out in theaters now, but the characters stuck around so much that there's still products with their faces on them. I think we actually need a moment to recover from Jar Jar Binks. I'm gonna go eat some swamp apple marshmallows, and I'll see you next time. Bye.